show began. Golden beers and Belvederes, good pours, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, the show's about to come alive. Whiskey, wisdom, and a straight tale. Cedar, Eller, oak, and char. A little truth and a little trouble. You never know how deep we'll go. Talking bottles, blades, and beard oil blends. Old traditions and the latest trends. Some nights get thoughtful, some go off the rails. But every good bar leaves a story to tell. So raise your glass and settle in. The room is running. Let the show begin. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, good bars, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, the show's about to come alive. No suits, no scripts, no velvet rope. Just honest talk and a little smoke. From the first sip down to the final call, there's always room here for one and all. There's always room here for one and all. The glasses are filled, the mics are hot, the room is ready. Give it all we've got. Adam, Paul, and Jerry tonight. Three voices underneath the light. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, good bars, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, the show's about to come alive. Grab a pour, settle in. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, let the show begin. Amber in the glass, smoke in the air. Three friends at the table, pull up a chair. The lights are coming on, the bottles are cracked. Once the conversation starts, there ain't no turning back. Adam brings the heat, Paul breaks the grid. Jerry keeps it moving, let the night begin. From the first good part to the final word, you never quite know what you're gonna hear. So raise your glass and settle in. The room is ready. Let the show begin. Golden beers and Belvederes, good pours, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon beers and Belvederes, the show's about to come alive. Whiskey, Get a little smoke from the first sip down to the final call. There's always room here for one and all. There's always room here for one and all. The glasses are filled. The mics are hot. The room is ready. Give it all we've got. Adam, Paul, and Jerry tonight. Three voices underneath the light. Bourbon, beers, and Belvederes. Good boys, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon, beers, and Belvederes. Three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon, beers, and Belvederes. The show's about to come alive. Grab a pour. Settle in. Bourbon, beers, and Belvederes. Let the show begin. Amber in the glass, smoke in the air. Three friends at the table, pull up a chair. The lights are coming on, the bottles are cracked. Once the conversation starts, there ain't no turning back. Adam brings the heat, Paul breaks the grid. Sherry keeps it moving, let the night begin. From the first good pour to the final word, you never quite know what you're gonna hear. So raise your glass and settle in. The room is ready. Let the show begin. Golden beers and Belvederes. Good boys, good smoking stories shared here. Bourbon, beers, and Belvederes. Three good friends with something to say. Come on in, leave the long week behind. Pull up a chair and stay for a while. Bourbon, beers.
Welcome to Bourbon, Beards, and Belvederes. I'm Jerry,
And I'm Paul.
and today is National Rum Day. So we got a couple rums to drink. As we're something's going. Oh, before we actually start, if anyone that's watching this, if it starts chopping out, I think I got some kind of internet issues. We'll see how this goes. Like every once in a while, it kind of freezes and glitches, but we'll see how it goes. That being said, the call-in line is open. That's pinned in the chat if you're watching on YouTube. But like I said, it's National Rum Day today, so we have some rums to drink. And while we pour up the first rum, just a little small snippet of what National Rum Day is, just because it's not really a documented thing. So it's August 16th. Nope, that's not the notes I was looking at. There's the notes. Because apparently it all started in the U.S. Virgin Islands back in 1999, roughly. And they chose August 16th because that's when the island's sugar rum tax laws back in 1954 were changed and whatnot. So they kind of kept that August 16th as the date. But there's really not much officially on the docket for what this date is. It's just a day for rum. So we got some rums from around the world, and pretty damn good rums for that matter. So You ready for that first one, Paul?
Yep, I'm poured up. Gary was kind enough to send all 4 of these to us. Well, actually, I think I sent you the 4th bottle, and you sent a sample back just to make sure we would all have samples. But I think that 4th one I bought bottles, or you guys purchased bottles I sent to both of you, if I recall. But this first one, Gary will have to give us the stats, but my sample says Belize rum.
Yeah. There we go. I had everything pulled up earlier before we started, and I had to restart the computer, and now all my notes are jumbled, so I got them back up now. So yeah, this is we're starting out in with Belize, with the Holmes Cay or Holmes Cay Belize. This is a 13-year, distilled in 2008, bottled in 2021, 100% tropically aged in Belize. This is a molasses-based rum with a column still. That's something else we could talk about here because we got 2 pot stills and 2 column stills, so that's kind of cool. Like I said, 13 years, ex-bourbon casks. This one was, 61%, so 122. So we're starting out with a hot one, but it just gets hotter as we go along. So this one's probably more if this is like a bourbon drinker's rum.
Yeah.
Like, no funkiness to it. It's that molasses notes, nothing too crazy out of it.
Yeah, no, it's there's definitely a little heat on it. This is my first pour of the day. We didn't do a palate warmer, so but yeah, there's dark chocolate was the first note I got, but I got to get back into it. But I got a lot of just kind of almost like a baker's dark chocolate, like a very, very dark chocolate
on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, on the palate.
Yeah, and that's still there. It's like a bitter chocolate, good bitter chocolate. There's like a cookie kind of notes, but there's also sweetness and kind of like some baking spices too. Yeah, you could. This is definitely a gateway from if somebody doesn't think they like really good high proof rum. There's no funkiness or banana notes and some of that weird stuff I've got off some different rums before where I like. But if you're not into rum, you're into bourbon, then that's going to catch you off guard probably. This one is more like definitely a whiskey drinker's rum. Especially if you like high proof whiskeys, because it still drinks hot. Like I said, once I get into this more, I think because we're going to end almost damn near hazmat. So
yeah, the last 2 are right there. Yeah. But before I go on, this is a Florida Rum Society pick. Just wanted to throw that out there. So they do have another one. I think it's a 15-year, or an 11-year. I don't remember. That's just like off the shelf one that they had, but this one's a single barrel.
Yeah, I just looked it up. They have, for Belize releases, they have a 15-year-old 2005 and a 16-year-old 2006 single casks.
So I have that 15 inside, which I was going to send that one, but I figured let's do a single barrel pick because I haven't had this one in a while. So.
Yeah, and right there, these Belize rums from Holmes Cay as well-weighted whiskey-adjacent sippers that trade high ester funk for deep baking spice and dark fruit complexity. So pretty much what we said, this is kind of like a whiskey drinker's rum, and that funkiness is not in this one at all. I don't know that I get any dark fruit.
No, every once in a while I'll pull out like a fruity note out of it, but yeah, it's mainly just that molasses and spices out of it.
Yeah,
it's dark, really good.
Yeah, burnt sugar, chocolate, yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a good starter.
I will say the next one we get into definitely has some more of that esterification and funkiness to it. Whenever we get to that one.
I'll get that poured up in 1 second. I let the cigar go out. I want to try this one with this cigar. Enjoying the beginning of this cigar. Actually gets a lot sweeter going from the cigar. I definitely.
Yeah, we're smoking different cigars. I was going to say mine
Yeah.
goes the opposite way.
Yes, I have a much
Takes
lighter. I
Takes
grab.
out.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it takes a lot of the sweetness away.
Yeah, I knew these were going to be high proof, so I just grabbed the first Connecticut wrapper I could see in my humidor. And that was the Smoky Bear cigars. It's their AAB Series 1984 Churchill. They don't list many of the stats on their website other than it's Connecticut wrapper. This is like a boutique shop that Jake Bain told us I think he had met the owners, husband and wife owners. It's called Smoky Bear Cigar and Cafe out of Blue Ridge, Georgia. So he kind of raved about them. So I picked up a sample pack. This, I think I bought a 3-pack or maybe 2 3-packs. I think I sent you guys one, and because I had a 3-pack still upstairs. So maybe I don't know what I bought, but I think I sent you guys some, and then I got.
Yeah, I was looking and I saw it earlier.
Yeah, because they were still in the little 3-pack bag in my humidor. I looked the price up again. So this one, if you buy it by itself, $6.95, which is incredible. It's a great cigar, super cheap. And the 3-pack I bought was, I think there was a sweet tip Robusto and a sweet tip Torpedo and this Churchill. And it was like $20. Ship, obviously, because I didn't go to Georgia to get these. They didn't list any other stats about the cigar other than you get notes of cream and cedar. And it's definitely, you get a bunch of like cedar notes. They're definitely there. It's kind of an earthy, light, definitely a light cigar, but pairs beautifully with this rum so far.
Yeah, and I went with a little bit darker. Not really going to get into it too much because we're going to have these guys on in not next week, the week after, I believe. One with the new Haze Gray Bussola. So I think it's 2 weeks from now we'll have them on. We'll talk about the cigar, smoke the cigar, and talk about the TPA event coming up. But so if you haven't heard about this cigar yet, I'm surprised you haven't heard about it because everyone hears about it. It's a great cigar going with this Belize really well.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely if I remember, I haven't had that cigar yet, but from reading about it, it's like probably medium plus, right?
Yeah, it's probably about medium right now, but it's full of flavor. And yeah, I think from what I've seen people say, it ramps up a little bit. Great flavor so far.
Yeah, so like I said, the one I'm smoking is definitely on the lighter side. To me, this is like a coffee cigar, great with this high proof rum. So you got a darker cigar, I got a lighter one, and they both work, and that's a good thing so that's a lot about this rum. But I mean, coming from Holmes Cay, it's I don't think I've ever had anything bad that they put out. So
yeah, Adam has that one. I can't remember where it's from. He doesn't like it, but when I was at his house, I loved it. So
is that the G one?
It starts with an M, Maritas or something like that. It has some like minty flavors to it. It's weird. I like it.
That one's good. I saved a little splash to go back to.
Yeah, I did too, although I'm sitting on all 4 bottles, so I don't technically have to. You ready to go for the next one?
Yep, we're going down south now, right?
Yep. So while Paul pours his up, another Holmes Cay We're going to South Africa, the 2017. Distilled 2017, bottled 2021, coming in at 59% ABV. This one is a sugarcane juice base. This one's pot stilled 4 years in South African whiskey casks. Didn't even know South Africa made whiskey. This is like the standard. I hate saying standard, but it's the one you can find off the shelf or used to be able to, because they're all single barrels, single cask, whatever. So yeah, this is fresh cane juice that they ferment down there in South Africa, and so it's a little bit different than the molasses base, and it definitely has some of those funky notes to it.
Oh yeah, you get that right on the nose.
You get that like funky pineapple for me.
Yep, that's what it is. It's an overripe, like almost throwaway because you can't eat it anymore pineapple.
See, when I first got this bottle and popped it, it was there was so much ethanol and it almost smelled like acetone or nail polish remover. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and then I tried it. I'm like, this is really good. So I kind of let it sit, and I've had it for a while. I think I grabbed it in, I don't know, 21, 22. But it that acetone type note definitely dissipated. But all those funky notes in there are.
Yeah, there's that pineapple's right up front. There's like it's definitely like a vegetal peppery finish though. Kind of gets like herbal on the finish, which is nice. It starts out super sweet, like almost like vanilla pineapple, and then it completely turns into like this herbal.
Yeah.
Like I like the finish more than I like the palate more than the finish. I wish it stayed kind of sweet throughout. It's still good.
Yeah, you get those like weird, funky, fruity notes, and yeah, that finishes that that vegetal. Which one of my favorite types of rum is rum agricole, which has that like that vegetal style note to it, and that's what I'm getting off of this. Yeah, Jason, the Dram Amateur, said the South African is so good and unique. Someone gave him a sample, and it's one of his favorites. Yeah, it's weird. Definitely not a bourbon drinker's rum like that first one is. This is definitely a rum drinker's rum.
Didn't like rum for like funkiness and stuff like that, and then I gave you this, you would be like, "Yep, I was right. I don't like rum." But no. This is fantastic. I really like this a lot. Yeah, no,
I love the funkiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, just because you said mintiness a minute ago, but I get a little hint of like mint on that mixed in with that finish.
Ooh,
it's like not like a mint flavoring. It's like mint leaf. Like if you took the mint leaf, like if you got mint. You're drinking a mint julep and you accidentally drank a bunch of mint, like you have an actual mint leaf in your mouth. It's like that green herbal.
Yeah, I like this one. I just went from the cigar to this one, and it to me it amped up a lot of that. It again, it took a lot of the sweetness away. This is a little bit of heavier cigar. Took a lot of the sweetness away, but ramped up the vegetal herbal style note of it, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, mine did too. It brought that herbal flavor forward. I was getting on the tip of my tongue like the sweet notes, those fruity notes. After going from the cigar, that herbal that I was getting like on the back sides of my tongue came up front. Like it changed it completely. Got rid of the pineapple. I don't really care for this with the cigar, to be honest, because it takes away that sweet note.
Definitely better without the cigar, but
yeah, because it just makes it almost not. I don't want to say like bland, but it's like the same herbal, vegetal, a little bit of that mint, little pepper, but it's the same throughout. Where without the cigar, it kind of is more complex. It starts out sweet and it kind of transitions into that herbal, which is really nice. I like this one without the cigar.
Yeah, without the cigar, this one's definitely a lot better. Yeah, it's definitely a funky one.
And the empty glass. It's only been empty for 60 seconds, but it smells like a dive bar. It's great.
Oh, and this one as well is 100% aged in South Africa, just like the Belize was 100% down there. This one's 100% in South Africa. So, and it was bottled in New York State at full barrel proof.
Yeah, fresh glass for the next one.
Yeah, I got
this glass. It smells like you're the first one at a dive bar at 8:00 the next night, where they like mop the floor with the beer from the night before. It's got that just funky, grainy, but there's a special place in my heart for that smell. All right, Australia, here we come.
Yep. Yeah. Pour this one up as we're pouring it up. There's my notes. Yeah, so this one is a Australia distilled in 2012. Right there. Coming in at a whopping 67.5% ABV.
Okay.
She's definitely pushing some proof with that one. This one as well is a Florida Rum Society pick, and it was supposed to be proofed down a little bit, but it accidentally got pushed through as full proof. Or
oh darn.
Yeah. So this one's a 9-year-old. This one's a molasses base, just like the first one, but this one's pot stilled, while the Belize was column stilled. 6 years in Queensland, Australia, in American oak vats and barrels, and then it was aged 3 more years in ex-bourbon casks in the UK. I said Florida Rum Society pick with 5-star liquor and wine. Yeah, this one I'm a big fan of.
So I don't get any funkiness on the nose. On this one.
I get a lot of citrus off this one.
Yeah, there's a citrus. There's the mint's in my head now. I get a little hint of some kind of, but this is more like a bubblegum mint, not like a raw mint leaf. But there's like a mineral note or something in there too. There's something.
Yeah, the thing that keeps popping out is like a citrusy note, almost like orange. And then that minerality.
Yeah, the citrus is definitely up front. It's like a brightness, but there's like this dull, like, I don't know how to describe, but it's like mineral note.
Yeah.
So it's definitely fruity, but it's not like a specific fruit to me yet. It's definitely spicy on the tongue.
Yeah.
You can feel the heat.
To me, it almost it reminds me of like those like fruity IPAs, those low IBU, real fruity IPAs.
Yeah, because there's like a sourness almost to it.
Yep. There's that sour note. There's that like citrusy, like almost floral note to it. Mm-hmm. That minerality is still a little bit there. Well, keep saying minerality. To me, it's like a brininess that a lot of rums have.
My favorite so far.
I love this one. I would love to try it at a lower proof so I could drink more of it, but I'm kind of scared that it would take a lot of these notes away.
Yeah, I would. Lower proof could bring out some notes you might not want in there that the high proof might hide, because there's a lot with these rums. Like there's that funkiness and oops. I think if you proofed it down too much, they might turn on you quick.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoy this one. This one I think is my favorite so far.
Oh, 100%. This one's probably my favorite of the 4 that we're going to drink. And then honestly, it's a toss-up between the Belize and South Africa, just because they're 2 completely different pours. I Obviously, if I'm looking for something funky, I'm going to go for that South African. If I want something a little bit more traditional, I'm going to go Belize. Shit. Paco is in the house.
So
Jason goes chorizo or rum go together.
So going from the cigar to this one, I'm once again not a fan. The cigar is great, but it takes away that fruitiness. It almost makes it like a savory note or something. Yeah, I'm not liking this with the cigar at all, to be honest with you. How does it work with your cigar? Because we're smoking different styles.
I like it. Oof. Yeah,
that's with the cigar.
That 140 proof or close to it definitely hit me. Yeah, it's working well with the cigar. It mutes some of the fruitier notes, but it's still fruity enough, and that briny note is still, or that minerality note is still a little bit there. It kind of, it's going to sound bad, but tames it down a little bit. It's not as like florally pungent, but it's working well.
Yes. For me, I think it tames it. It tames it all the way. It takes away everything I liked about it and turned it into like this weird savory. I don't know. It got oilier, and I'm not a fan with the cigar. I'm rinsed. And then I went back after I swished my mouth out with water and went back to it, and it's fantastic again. So I don't know. So far, 2 out of 3, I'm not really liking with the cigar. Maybe I'm not a cigar and rum guy.
Yeah, I've never really done. Well, I've done cigars and rum, but obviously this Haze Gray is a little bit different than the traditional cigar. It has, I don't know how many countries in it, but typically it's like I'll go with like, I don't know, like a Maduro or a Habano, just like a traditional like Nicaraguan or Dominican, and they typically go well. But
yeah, and the only one I liked with the cigar was the Belize, which was damn near whiskey. So
yeah,
that's.
Yeah, I liked it with this one. It definitely tamed down that sweeter note to it, that fruitier note.
Yeah.
And brought it more towards the, right off the bat, you're getting that, for me, that floral citrusy note with the cigar that it started out a little bit like that toastier, like cedar style note from the cigar, I'm guessing. And then that citrusy floral note kind of went to the mid palate before the finish. So it kind of took a step back, I guess. Yeah, I haven't had many of those Hamptons. Jason said the Hampton, the younger with any cigar is a good pairing. I haven't had many Hamptons. I like some Jamaican rums. Some of them go too funky for me. But I think you sent me you'll have to remind me, Jason. I think it was one with like the birdhouse or house something. I really enjoyed that one. I'll have to look it up if he doesn't respond. The Great House, maybe. Yeah, they're called the Great House. He gave me a sample. I don't know which one it was a while back, and that one was really good. But yeah, some of those Jamaican rums just go too funky for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like it just enough funk that keeps me interested, but doesn't blow me away. Yeah, the Great House. Like a lot of those funky rums kind of are like peated scotch to me. It'll kill your palate.
Yeah, when they get too almost go past funky and get on my palate get sour, and that's where it's just like I don't really enjoy this at all. But
I love this one.
Fantastic. Yeah, this is.
I'm getting some like lemon notes out of it now.
Yeah, without the cigar, I get the brightness. With the cigar, it just kind of mutes it all down to this weird. I keep coming back to savory, but it's just like this meaty, savory kind of. Not a fan, but without the cigar, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I said, I've had this one for a little while, and that's what I have left, but it's also 67.5%. So I don't, one pour is enough.
Yeah, no, it definitely drinks. You know, you're drinking high proof,
Yeah.
but
It
doesn't blow your palate out.
No.
It's definitely still tasty.
That's the scary part of it. Is
Yeah.
you know you're drinking high proof, but it's not really gonna let you know until you stand up. So
Yeah, that's good.
want to move on to this final one real quick, and then we
Yep.
can kind of go over what we thought about all of them.
Yeah, that works for me.
I got a little information on this one. I know you got me this rum. I don't know if you have any more information than I do with it, but
Just the bottle right there.
yep. For this final one's the old
Aged 8-year Caribbean.
Yeah, it's the old line Caribbean. From what I've where'd it go? From what I've found, it is distilled in the Dominican Republic, and then I don't know, Old Line bought it and aged in their single malt cask. But the back of it says each year they set aside a small amount of their aged Caribbean rum for the final finishing in our American single malt cask. So. I don't know if that's their case one that they held some back each year.
Yeah, they might, because I believe that they're distilling rum now too. They're not just buying all of it. I believe.
Yeah, this one is
older
the
stuff. Obviously, it's
this is a. I didn't even notice that it's aged 8 years. Didn't even notice that one.
Yeah, this older stuff. They're definitely buying in their barrels, in their whiskey barrels, but I believe a lot of the case one stuff now they're distilling on their own, and then they have the I think I either sent you guys or I have samples to send because we're trying to get those guys on the show. I don't have the bottle out here with me, but it's a mix of their single malt and their rum, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that one.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so if I haven't sent those, I'll have to get those out to you guys because I got a bunch of old line samples I want to get out and get in your guys' hands, so when we get them on the show, we can have a bunch of their product, which we've had on the show before because the distillery is 20 minutes from my house, so I've been up there. I'm a member of their quarterdeck whiskey club and all that stuff. I've been there for a bunch of events and stuff, and really, really like everything they're doing. Their distillery's really cool. It's in this like warehouse district, but it's really nice on the inside. They have outdoor patio where they do events, like outdoor area that's all kind of walled in away from all the industrial area that they're kind of in, and it's a nice little place. They had Thursday night I wasn't able to go, but they had I think it was last Thursday, they had a cigar event that I like to go to, but had other plans. So big fan of Old Line and what they're doing out for Maryland.
Yeah, I've had a couple of their single malts, and I think we've tried one of their case one rums on here at one point.
I think we tried the case one rum when it first came out. I sent you guys. That was like a couple years ago. I wasn't.
I think that's what we did for this National Rum Day or World Rum Day. We had that one. It was all right, but it was also I think like 86 proof or something like that.
It's lower proof. It's so much better now, unless my palate's changed. But when it first came out, I really wasn't a fan of it. But I don't know if they were sourcing the first batches. I'm really not sure. But right now, their case one is fantastic, even at that lower proof. I really like it a lot. I think we had it on recently, and I think we all enjoyed it. But I remember not really liking the first bottle I got when they first came out with that release. But everything else, I've liked everything they've had. Their barrel finishes, they're real good. And this nose is completely different than all the other ones.
Yeah, this is that traditional, like Caribbean rum, that caramel, that the vanilla.
Yeah, powdered sugar, like it just sweet, everything sweet.
Basically what Captain Morgan and Sailor Jerry want to be, but they can't, so they throw all those damn spices in it.
This is like you walk into like an ice cream parlor. That's that smell. It's just sweet, creamy.
The only thing I'm missing, I was hoping I would get some of the malty notes on it from the single malt.
The sweetness just overpowers anything. You can't get anything else. It just
and it continues to the palate.
Yeah. And that's 2 proof points lower than what we just had, but drinks 25 points lower.
Yeah. 67 and a half for the Australia, 64.9 for the old line. And it's night and day.
Yeah. This does not drink as high proof as the Australian one. I would never guess that this was 65 proof.
No, Friday night I pulled this one out.
65%.
Like, I don't remember when you got me this bottle, but that's all that's missing. Like, I cracked it when I first got it, took a small sip of it just to try it. The rest of it was the 2 samples I got you guys, and then I had 1 or 2 pours of it the other night, and I was like, I got to go get a different rum, because at 65%, I can't drink this. I can't have 2-3 of these. Like, I'm gonna be fucked up.
I think I got these for you guys around New Year's, because
they had that special going on for 19 or 2000
$20.26, I think,
something like that. Yeah,
which is like less than half of what they normally sell for. But they do a thing every year around New Year's. I think every year. I know I've done it 2 or 3 times. Where you go in and you get a bottle for, I think you can get up the limit of 3 or 4, but this past year, 64.9% delicious rum for $20.26 a bottle.
But yeah, as soon as you sent that text with that that graphic ad that they had, and I saw $20 for 65% rum.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's
go stock up.
Worst case, it goes in cocktails at 65%, 64.9, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's always my thought. Even if I don't like it, at that proof, you can make a bunch of mixed drinks with it, and it'll be fine. But this is, I knew I would like it. I'd had it before, and at that price, buy as many as they'll let me buy.
And the cigar is going fantastic with it, even though it keeps going out.
Haven't been able to put it down. Yeah, that's dangerously good. Yeah. I would venture to say that that's a whiskey drinker's rum as well, just because of how sweet it is.
It depends.
It doesn't have the notes like the Belize one had the whiskey notes. It doesn't really have that, but it's just so sweet on the palate that if you like bourbon, you probably enjoy this.
Yeah, this is that quintessential rum that everyone thinks of. And it's the good stuff. And I'm one, I don't know how Jason is. I know Jason loves rum too, but I'm one that I don't care if it's dosed with sugar, extra sugar afterwards, or molasses or whatever, but as long as you tell us. The plantation or Plantaray, whatever they're called nowadays, they say it on their label. It says they has X amount of grams per liter of sugar added, whatever. That's fine. Like, as long as you disclose it, I'm fine with it. It's some of these brands that are saying, oh, this is all natural rum, like no dosing afterwards, and then you actually do some research and they're putting pounds of sugar or molasses in afterwards, and it's just like, no, like, just say that.
I agree. As long as you disclose it and so you know what you're drinking. I mean, hell, it's made out of sugar. It's not like they're adding sugar to whiskey or something like that. It's distilled from sugar. So adding a little bit of sugar after the fact to meet, the desired target audience's palate, that's fine. I don't care.
Just disclose. Yeah, disclose it.
Adding the coloring and stuff like that, I don't agree with that. Making it look like it's older than it is and things like that with the fake colorings and stuff. That's
I never.
Story.
Like I get, like I know a lot of, I think Irish and Scotch does that, just kind of keep consistency, not even for like aging, but like consistency through the batches to keep the. But yeah, if you're adding extra caramel color just to make it go from, say, which Belize was dark, just to go from this to this.
Yeah,
that's no, like, fuck you.
Yeah,
but if you want to do it just to keep your batches the same color, I'm fine with that.
I get that as a kind of just a standard. You know, you don't want somebody to walk into a Total Wine and see 3 different colors of your product with the same label on it. I get that, but
especially when it's a batch product and not a single barrel or something.
Yeah, but adding all the other additives and stuff, I mean, you add some, as long as you're adding sugar or, you know, it's not some kind of flavored sweetener or something, some chemical crap after the fact, like, whatever, it's made from sugar. Why not add some more sugar? If that's what, you know, you're going for your target audience. These Holmes Cay ones, their target audience is not the rum and coke crowd. So, I don't think they need to worry about doing that. These bottles are priced where you're not.
Yeah, they're priced a little bit higher than those captains and sailors and
exactly
Bacardis.
So, yeah, so you're not gonna.
And I'd imagine the old line is too, minus their sale that they had.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their regular is. I'll look that up, but it's definitely, I think, was less than half what we paid for this bottle.
I don't remember the price of these, but I want to say they're at least in that $70, the high 70s. The Australia, I don't remember, just because of the proof. It might be I don't have the tag on it. I do know the Fiji, which I sent Adam a sample of the Fiji, and he fucking loved it. If you haven't had the Fiji, I'll get you a sample. That's probably one of my favorite rums. It's a Holmes Cay or Key. I don't know why I keep saying K. Holmes Cay Fiji. It's fucking amazing. That one was definitely up there with the retail for BTAC and birthday bourbon prices. But to me, that one was well worth it. And I was on a virtual tasting with Eric from Holmes Cay, and we tried a lot of samples. And this Belize was one of them. The Fiji I'm talking about was one of them, and a few others. And I might have woke up the next morning with a purchase order. But well worth it. Anything these guys do or are buying is definitely fantastic. I got 2 Guyana rums in there from 2 different stills. Those things are amazing. One's Jason's saying one of his favorites is the Guyana. One of them is that overripe, like grilled, almost like fermented, like pineapples and bananas flavored. The other one is like the darker, almost like the Belize. 2 different styles from the same company. It's fantastic. So anything these guys do, if you're a rum drinker, definitely shell out some of the cash for the Holmes Cay Holmes Cay. I gotta stop looking at the bottles because it says CAY, so I keep saying K, even though I know it's Key. Definitely shell out the price for them because they are all fantastic.
Yes, I'm not finished wrong. Single malt cask finished wrong. It looks like this might have been like only like $45.
The
normal price.
The old line?
Yeah.
I'd buy it all day for $45.
No, that's a 45% ABV bottle. I'm having trouble finding it. I looked on their site. It's not on their site anymore.
I looked for it, but couldn't find anything about it.
Their Case 1 rum is $25. Their Navy strength rum, which is fantastic, which is 1/14th or 114 proof rum, is $34. I mean, everything they make is priced right. The Swim Call, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Oh,
That's
the blend.
That's their summer blend of their rum and their single malt. 46%. That's $45. I mean, everything is priced right. They got, just looking at their website, they got some stuff on here that I did not know that they were releasing. So I might have them. You guys might be getting a bigger old line package than I thought before.
That's fine with me. I've become a big fan of their single malts, and the last case one rum that you sent out, and then this one. Even though this one they didn't distill, they still had to blend it together and whatnot. So
you got a maple syrup cask finished American single malt on their website.
Which, little foreshadowing, saying maple. We next week we have a guest that has a maple finished with bourbon that is one of my favorites.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my hands on this. They have a Maryland 400 whiskey, which, if you live in Maryland, you know we got pride for our state. And this is 4 Maryland distillers came together to create a whiskey worthy of the Old Line State, blended from distinct whiskeys produced by Old Line Spirits, Sagamore Spirit, Baltimore Spirits Company, and McClintock Distilling. This release honors the Maryland 400, who sacrificed at the Battle of Long Island, helped save the Continental Army, and preserve America's fight for independence, and inspire Maryland's enduring identity as the Old Line State. Yes, please.
So Old Line, Sagamore, and
Baltimore Spirits,
Baltimore
the Epic Rye that we liked a lot, that I sent you guys samples of, and McClintock. We've had McClintock on as well. I can't remember what I sent you guys from McClintock, but I know we've had them on. Yeah.
Shit.
Yes,
all you got to say is the first 3. This, I'm sure I've heard of that fourth one.
Yeah.
Say those first 3, and I'm 100% down.
That is starting October. Yeah, I can't talk. Available.
Yeah, that's what that one.
Starting
that 67 October. And 65% does to you.
Yeah. August 27th goes on sale. $95 MSRP, which, of course, if you're doing a collaboration like that, you expect to pay a premium, because I'm sure the logistics of them making that blend is a nightmare, getting 4 different whiskeys together and stuff. So you're probably paying $30 just on logistical fees for that bottle. But $95, 107 proof, goes on sale August 27th. We will be having that. I will get that on, and I'll reach out to those guys. Obviously, we have a bunch of samples of theirs, but maybe talk about that one the most. Kind of bring them on to talk about that one. That would be a fun one. I did not know that they were doing that. So I'm looking forward to that one. August 27th, I might be at the distillery grabbing that one, just to make sure. Because I would imagine it's somewhat limited. I guarantee it's not, you get. It's probably a barrel from each, so you're looking at probably 600 or 700 bottles, maybe. But that being said, I did not like the cigar with this one either.
I did.
This cigar is great. I'm enjoying this cigar. It keeps going out on me because it's just me and you, so
it's just so humid here, and that's why mine keeps going out.
Mine is too, and it rained today, so it's humid. I got my spot cooler on here, dehumidification mode, trying to cool it down and bring some of the moisture out of this air in this little area where I'm talking to you guys. But it's super humid here. The rain just made everything like wet blanket outside.
Yesterday was the first day it didn't rain here in like 2 weeks. It said it was supposed to start raining here right about this time, but there's barely any. Oh, there's clouds in the sky, but they're not rain clouds. But yeah, they said, one of the meteorologists around here said that we're supposed to see like rain every day until like August 28th or some shit like that. Like, I mowed my yard this morning, and I knew it wasn't raining yesterday, and it was still soaked. Like I still had like chunks of wet grass falling out because of how wet this shit is.
Yeah,
Pain in the ass. It's just so humid.
yeah. We've been like that too. It's just like a storm a day, pretty much. And I'm just pulled up my weather app. Who knows how long, but yeah, until not this coming Monday, but next Monday, I got either the rain clouds or the storm clouds on the Apple.
That's falling
The
out
Apple
because
app.
of how wet this shit is.
Yeah,
Mute yourself, Baco.
Yeah, Baco with
What's up?
reverb.
Mute your YouTube. We hear it in the background.
Oh,
Who
duh,
knows how long,
right?
but yeah, until
101.
Don't make me
not
kick you
this
out.
coming Monday, but next Monday, I got either the rain clouds or the storm clouds on the Apple. Yeah. There, you heard my weather twice.
Mute yourself, Baco.
Hold on, man. What's the fun? Okay, here we go.
I heard him
Okay.
twice too.
There we go. There we go.
There
man.
we
There
go.
we go.
Now we don't have a background. We don't need a background like you had the other day.
Hey, listen, man. It's all good, homie. It's all good, man. How is Paul? Look at that beautiful individual, that Viking guy, Paul. Look at him. Look at him. How's he doing today?
Oh, much better now. Much better. Hear your sweet voice.
Oh man. Hey, what happened to Adam? Where's Adam? Adam's not in today.
No, he had a family thing that I guess had rescheduled from earlier today into tonight or something like that. He said.
Hey,
So-
man, let me tell you, family is everything, homie. We
Yeah.
got to take care of family first, man. But, speaking of all this rum stuff, man, listen, guys, you humor me just a little bit because I got a couple of jokes here. I got to just hold on just a little bit, man. What do you say?
Go for it.
So I'm just going to go by them quick. So I told my rum I needed space. They said, pour me another glass and we'll talk about it. But then thing, okay, next one. Rum is like a bad relationship, right? You know it's going to hurt tomorrow, but tonight you're committed. Boom, boy, what you got right there. The next one. Why did the rum cross the table? Anybody? Okay, let me tell you why. Because the quote was on the other side, homie. That's why. That's why. Hey, listen, man. That's all I got for right now. That's
Love
it. That's all, man. But you know what, guys? I love it, man. I love the show. The one thing that I did want to say, man, and not to get too emotional right now, but I saw the homie, man, Jason from Dram Amateur, right? Big shout out to Jason, man, and I want to tell you, buddy, as long as people like us and the homies right here from Bourbon Beers and Belvedere, I promise you, the name Dram Amateur is always gonna be out there because we ain't gonna let
Yeah.
the homies forget that, man.
Yeah.
So big shout
Which-
out to Jason.
If he's still listening, he wants to hit that call in if he's able to. We could get multiple people calling in. So if he's listening, he can still call in if he wants to, if he's able to. But yeah, hopefully he figures his health stuff out soon, and hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it keeps coming back as nothing, like he keeps saying. The doctors are
Yeah.
saying, and hopefully it was just the COVID fucking him up for those couple weeks. So
Man, I'm telling you, man, health is important. But man, guys, listen, I'm gonna break it down quick because here in about 40 minutes I got a
Yeah.
show myself.
yeah, you
But,
got your live
Oh.
going.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Paul for a little bit, man, on the conspiracy, dude. I was looking, going down this rabbit hole, right? The Challenger, man. Did you see all that stuff about the Challenger? What do you think about that? That to me, that's crazy. That's wild, right?
You can't believe anything you see anymore, man. It's incredible the stuff that they try to get you to believe nowadays, and that people do believe stuff that you would think a rational person would just be like, no, but everybody's like, what are you talking about? That was real. That's what they said. It was real, so you got to believe it. Come on,
Man. But what is your take on all that? Because and listen, it's kind of sad to bring, it was something that was very tragic in history, right? But you have, they're going back to saying about these teachers and all that. They go and same face, same name, and everything. I mean, are these people still alive? I mean, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, I was in, I want to say like 3rd or 4th grade. We watched that in class, and I remember the teacher be like, oh, and running up and turning off the TV real quick. Yeah, I don't think there was a single soul on that, whatever that ship was that was sacrificed for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason was, but I don't think anybody died in that explosion. Yeah, there. I mean, it's too much. Twins that weren't twins, and teachers with the same name, and I mean, come on, like they hit it for long enough, and now it's just like nobody. They know that nobody cares anymore because there's so much stuff out there that just people are completely just calloused to the lies that we're told. So I don't think anybody cares to hide it anymore. They're just like, yeah, whatever. We're not going
it's crazy.
We're not going to admit it outright, but I mean, here's irrefutable evidence that this person didn't die and he's still alive and he's been, and there's almost a backstory for each and every one of them. So I don't know. It's just,
wow, dude.
You don't know what to believe anymore. You can't really believe anything. You just got to make your own decisions. And yeah, it's kind of sad. But one day, hopefully everything will be declassified and everybody will know the truth.
Yeah.
That is true, man. That is true. But until then, listen, Paul, Jerry, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce because I got that, but I'm gonna leave y'all with one more thing. They say money can't buy happiness, but have you ever walked into a liquor store with $100 and walked out with rum? Oh, but ding, guys, I love y'all, man.
Take it easy, man. We'll see you on your live here in a little bit.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Raul has his for the ones listening live. He's got his homie check tonight in about 40 minutes. He'll be with Kinda Smokes. And I think they got a giveaway going on. So if you're listening, definitely swing on over there.
I'm going to win, so don't worry about it.
After we're done here. Just we'll give you guys just enough time to grab a little food, maybe a little drink, and an extra cigar or something. Because said it's about 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes. I think he's doing it on YouTube and IG. So definitely go check him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Check him out. Support him. Love when he joins in.
Talk some random shit on his live like he does with us.
Oh, yeah. Google some jokes about cigars and post them in his chat.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? Final thoughts? My overarching theme of tonight is I don't like cigars and rum. I'm going to have to revisit this with a different – I mean, this is a light Connecticut. My little brain would tell me that this should pair with cigars more than like a dark Maduro or something like that, or pair with rum. Sorry, not pair with cigars. That's why I grabbed it. Maybe I was wrong in grabbing such a light cigar. The cigar itself is fantastic. So it's not that I grabbed, like a budget stick from a 20-pack sampler for $20 or something. It's a good cigar. I do not like them with. It was fine with the Belize rum. I kind of liked it with it because that was more of a whiskey drinker's rum. With the last three, the South African, the Australian, and the old line, which was Dominican, did not like it at all whatsoever. It took all the delicious sweetness away from that old line for me. So I will, for science, I will try a like medium plus cigar next time I pour up a couple rums. Football's starting soon, so I'll be sitting out here by myself watching football and have some different pours and do some science experiments on my own. So I'll pour some rums up and smoke a different cigar, and I'll let you guys know. But
there's no game tonight, is there?
No, I don't think there were Sunday games this week.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think because they did Thursday,
Saturday. I know you're not a college football fan, but we're starting to get into that time where NFL is in the preseason. College football is starting up in 2 weeks, week and a half or something like that.
I watch college football just because it's football, but I don't get into it. I don't follow it.
I'm the opposite way. I watch college religiously, and then NFL, I just I'll have it on TV out here when we record. Jags 99% of the time play at 1, so and the wife's a Jags fan, so we'll have it on while we're eating lunch or whatever. But I watch the NFL just because it's, like you said, just because it's football. But I watch college religiously.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I've taped all of the games because NFL does the recap kind of without cuts. They'll run through every game for like on the all 22s on NFL.com where you can watch the overview, and they just whip through without stoppages pretty much. It's the best way to watch a game in my mind because you don't have the 50, 45 seconds in between plays.
Yeah.
They just cut, and you're seeing the all 22, which is what they watch. The coaches watching stuff. I love it, and I watch for preseason. I watch the first half of every game. So every single game that's played in the preseason, I'll watch the first half just because. Yeah, once you get into the second half, especially the first couple preseason games, none of those kids are going to make the team. If they do, they're going to be on practice squad or riding the bench pretty much. So it's really the first half that I'm looking at. And we've had some good football so far. We've had some, preseason stuff. You've seen a lot. It's
Seen some injuries.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to happen. And some, quarterbacks taking some hits that they should take. I'm a big fan of if you have an established quarterback and there is no quarterback competition, you get to get out there and you get 3 plays. If you don't get a first down, your ass is benched.
Yeah.
Just enough to get you out there on the field, kind of knock the dust off. But if you unless
if there's
competition,
I'm there with you.
It's not out there with guys trying to make the team that are going all out to try to prove something. I mean, I know they go all out during the season, but it counts during the season. It doesn't count right now. So
yeah, I'm with you. If you got yourself a Brady or Peyton Manning or something, there's no reason other than like that first drive just to kind of start getting into the rhythm. There's no reason to.
And there will be no play action. There will be 7-step drop, throw, shotgun only. There will be no under center. There will be it will be you. You're 4 yards back from any linebacker, and you have plenty of time to get rid of that ball before you even see him, hear him coming, because it's not worth it. The preseason, it's not worth it. Preseason.
That being said, the team that does have a QB competition,
there's several.
With the Browns.
Well, the Browns have 3, honestly.
Did you see what happened last game? Like, they were all throwing picks and getting sacked and fumbled every single quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there was a highlight reel that someone put obviously it's all the bad parts of it. So I didn't watch the game, so I don't know exactly how they played, but it was literally like, because that's where Sanders is playing, isn't it?
Shadur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and Dylan Gabriel.
Every drop back that this guy put together is like a montage. It's either a sack fumble, a way overthrown interception, a way underthrow. Like, they were throwing it to the dark jerseys.
Yeah.
Was just, and it wasn't like just like 3 or 4 plays total.
No.
It was like 3 or 4 from each quarterback, and there was 3 of them going.
Yep. Yeah. No,
it was bad.
Deshaun Watson's not good anymore. He's had too much time off. He's just he's old. I mean, he was good at one point in time. Shadur Sanders is not good. He's not an NFL quarterback. He's only at flashes NFL ability because he's on the Browns, and they're horrible. If he was on a real franchise, then he would be, 3rd string at best. But no, in Cleveland, he's, in the conversation for starting quarterback. No, it's a bad organization. It's bad football. It's been bad football for a very long time, unfortunately. And they're not going to do anything this year. 4 wins, maybe, I'd say.
And then Tua's in Atlanta now?
Tua is in Atlanta, with Michael Penix.
Did you see his highlight reel? He fumbled a couple times, I think.
I have not watched. I've seen the ESPN stuff, but I try to not watch it because, like I said, I like to go back and watch each first half. I haven't seen. I read some articles. I saw some ESPN just quick clips running through the games. I heard he didn't look great, but I still think he'll probably win the starting job. Honestly, there. Michael Penix is just always hurt.
Michael Penis.
Yeah, he's if healthy, he's probably should be the starter, maybe, but he's never healthy, and he never will be, unfortunately. But there's a battle there. There's where else? Minnesota's got battle. Trying to think where else. Where's Cousins at? Oakland, right? Cousins with Mendoza. Yeah, Cousins will probably start, but that's a battle because everybody, all the fan base wants Mendoza, but he's not ready. I mean, if you throw him to the wolves, unfortunately, that's what most quarterbacks get nowadays when you get drafted that high. But it's sad to see it because the best thing to do is let him play behind. Like in the 2027 Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams will probably be the perfect example because they got Ty Simpson playing behind Stafford for at least a year, maybe two. When they win it this year, Stafford might retire with the Super Bowl trophy because, that might be. But that's the way to do it. That's how good franchises do it. Let your first round pick sit at least for a year or so.
Yeah.
It usually works out the best.
Shit, look at Brady sat behind what's his face for a couple years.
Bledsoe, Rodgers sat behind Favre.
Yeah.
And it can happen. I mean, look, Peyton Manning was an exception. He became one of the best to play the game, but his first season he was fucking awful. I think he set the record for rookie interceptions in his first season. You get thrown to the wolves, and luckily he survived it. But you see too many times where you throw a young kid out there and just drop him into the NFL, which is completely different than college. It's a whole different speed, and it's unfortunate to see these kids who get washed out so quickly without getting a chance to, play in the NFL behind a veteran.
My thing is, if you're one of the top quarterbacks going, that means you're in like at least the playoffs for college football.
Yeah.
Which means, which means that you are with one of the top 10 teams typically, if not top 5. Those guys have some of the best offensive linemen in college football. Absolutely. So you're like, look at to bring up the Jags again. You have Trevor Lawrence, who was with Clemson, and they were a powerhouse those 4 years or whatever he was with them. The only time he ran was actually like option runs. Like he was never hurried up or anything. He got sacked. I don't know the actual stats, but he probably got sacked like 5 times in his 4-year career. Then he gets picked up because you get picked up. The first couple teams picked are the worst teams in the league. You get picked up by the worst team in the league, which means you have a terrible offensive line. And now these guys that have never had to scramble or anything are now, well, shit, I got these 300-plus pound linemen coming after me, and I don't know what to do because I've never had to do this in the last 4 years. So you sit like I've always been a big fan of sitting them behind at least someone that's been in the league for a couple of years, 2-3 years, just so they know and kind of teach them the ways. But you throw these rookies out there that have never scrambled in the 4 years they've been in college. It's a bad thing. Most of them don't make it.
And even if they have scrambled, you're playing against a team in college that maybe 3-4 people on that defense in college are going to make the NFL. And then you're now in the NFL with the whole defenses in the NFL. So it's a whole different.
Yeah, you might get like an Alabama or Georgia over the last couple of years that get 4 or 5 guys drafted.
Right.
But for the most part, you might get 1 or 2.
Yeah, and so it's they game plan to stay away from those handful of guys in college where
you can't do that.
You can't do that in the NFL because they're all that guy.
Yeah.
And so it's sad to see some people get shaken out real quick. And it happens. I mean, it happens all the time. So I'm always a big fan of letting somebody sit behind a veteran, especially at the quarterback position. That's really the only position, because in my mind, the most important position in football is the quarterback, and the second most important position in football is the backup quarterback. Because without a good quarterback, you're not going to win games. I mean, it's very rare in history where you've had, a mediocre quarterback win the Super Bowl. I can't think back to the running joke was always the 2000 whatever Ravens when Joe Flacco was the quarterback and they said he was just a game manager. The motherfucker's still playing. He's awesome. That kind of, he ruined that argument real quickly, but yeah, you look back over Super Bowl winners, they're superstar quarterbacks. And if you don't have one and if you can't develop one, you're not going to win in the NFL. So it's unfortunate for people like me who are fans of teams that don't have a quarterback. Maybe one day we will, but
if you're a fan of a team like me with the Bucks that has a franchise quarterback that they don't want to pay.
They don't want to pay, and they just, let pieces just fall apart around him. let people walk in free agency, and just all due to money. Yeah. By the way, that franchise quarterback was on my team at one point in time, and we didn't want to pay him.
I've loved him since college. I
have too.
He was a dickhead in college. I loved watching him though.
Yep.
And then when he got to the NFL, I love watching him play. But no one wants to have that. Well, when he first started, they said cancer in the locker room because of his antics. But like he plays, and then he obviously the older he got, the more mature he kind of got. He still talks so much shit.
It's great though. So does Stafford, and nobody talks about Stafford like that.
No.
So it's just, I don't know. It's these labels that some people get that the media just runs with. But no, Baker Mayfield is fantastic. I love him as a quarterback. Love him as a personality, and I wish he was still in Carolina. We'd probably be doing a lot better than we are right now. But yeah, he's you guys are your number one receiver right now. I think is I can't even think who's, because everybody's hurt. Ted Hurst, maybe.
They're always hurt.
Number one receiver this past preseason game because Luka's hurt, Godwin's hurt, McMillan's hurt.
Let's get rid of Evans while everyone's hurt at the end of the season.
That's something that not a lot of people are talking about, though. Everybody's on the Rams, and even I am for Super Bowl, but Evans going to the Niners with Purdy. Who's the most underrated quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. Christian McCaffrey, if he can stay healthy, that defense, I don't know. Kittle, who's now supposedly, went to the moon and got some treatment and came back some alien. Him being able to play week one is insane if that's the case, but that's what they're saying. They can put together a run.
Don't say that too loud. I don't know if Jason's still watching, but he's a Niners fan.
They have all the pieces if they can stay healthy. The problem is Kittle and McCaffrey, two of their big pieces, are getting older and are definitely injury prone. That's not controversy to say they're both injury prone. But yeah, I think everybody's going to be watching the Rams this year. There'll be some Cinderella stories, I'm sure, coming out. With, a lot. There's been a lot of quarterback shakeup, a lot of not shakeup, but reshuffling. A lot of teams with new quarterbacks or new quarterbacks that are pushing the guy that's there. More so, I think, than the last couple of years, to be honest, with the new starters that we're going to have. But it'll be a fun season. It always is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped for football. And we're going to have some early football.
Yeah, there's at least
specials.
one episode. I don't know it's not the first early morning game, because the first early morning game, I am driving back from Pensacola from the TPA event that Sunday morning. And there's an early morning game for that one. But the next week, which would be the 11th, maybe, I think we're doing our early morning episode. We'll be recording at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whenever the game starts, drinking some coffee, liqueurs and liquors, and coffee cigars, coffee beard oils, and that should be a fun
whiskey,
one. Yeah, coffee, everything.
Light. We're not starting off with just some liqueurs. We got some coffee tequila. We got a coffee whiskey.
We have vodka now.
Vodka now. Adam just picked up yesterday on
and then liqueur. We got one of those coffee flavored cigars or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I might not catch the 4 o'clock games on that one because I might be napping. But we start that early in the morning. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have football all day. I love.
And I think we've
with those games that start at 9 a.m. and end at 11 p.m. on a Sunday. Those are just the greatest weekends when we have that. The foreign games that start here on the East Coast at 9 a.m. Those are great.
Yeah, and I think we talked about going live with some of these football games and just kind of drinking and smoking during these early ones. Not really doing an episode, just going live on IG or something, maybe YouTube. But yeah, we got some cool things coming up.
Everybody can call in. Anybody who's watching the games with us want to talk about it. I know that we'll have all the games on, even past that. Normally there's just one early game on, but I'm sure we'll stay on if things are having fun. And I know Adam and I both have all the games. You get a bunch of games on down there anyway because that market you're in. Even if you don't,
Yeah,
we get like 3 games a Sunday on. If you're not a part of the YouTube plan, so I pretty much am forced to do it.
Yeah, I typically get the Jags game at 1 and then maybe like 2 or 3 others because we got Hulu Live. But I've noticed that the Hulu Live on the TVs and the Hulu Live on my phone and tablet show different games because I think have you ever signed into like Amazon? It says like somebody has signed in from wherever and it's you. So my phone, for whatever reason, when I sign into stuff, it says someone signed into wherever from Atlanta. So my phone thinks it's in Atlanta, so I'll get like those games. And then this tablet, I think, said like New York or something like that. So I'll, as long as I get these 2 to go along with the TVs, I get
that. Literally happened.
Games.
Literally happened to us yesterday. Because our phones, the service is based out of Reston, Virginia.
Yeah,
my wife didn't know that, so I was going to the store. And I went to get on my phone for some reason, and it made me, for whatever, it was like, you need to sign into your Apple ID again. So I sign in, and it says, oh, we sent a code to your phone. And since we're, Apple family or whatever, it didn't send it to my work phone. I'm like, shit, it probably sent it to an iPad or something at home. I'll just figure it out when I get home. I get home, and my wife tells me, hey, somebody from Reston, Virginia was trying to, log into our account, so I changed the password. I'm like, oh, that was me. We're from Reston, Virginia. That's where our service is based out of. I don't know why. Yeah. We got our phone plan 3 miles down the road from us in Pasadena, Maryland, but the service is based out of Reston, Virginia, which is an hour from us. So she reset the password, which she should have because it was, she thought somebody was trying to log in from somewhere else. And then so I had to log back in with a new password she made. And then all of a sudden, my wife, my work phone, our iPads, my daughter's phone, we all started getting everybody else's text messages. It was like Apple Cloud so I would text my wife as a test and would go to all of our devices. We're like, oh my God, I love Apple, but I fucking hate Apple.
I hate Apple.
I'll never not get Apple products. I'm an Apple phone guy for life, but some of the stuff that they do, come on, you can't figure that out. You sell a family share plan. We don't all want to see everybody's texts and pictures and cloud. So we spent an hour going through Googling stuff, trying to figure out how the fuck to separate all of our devices again. It was a nightmare. And yeah, it's because, I don't know why our service is based an hour from us, but I guess that's just how their hubs are or whatever. Yeah, I'm in Virginia and, and then that screws me up too, because there's some gambling sites that I would like to get on with fantasy football and stuff like that, and Virginia doesn't allow it. I'm not in Virginia, but my phone thinks I am. So I'm not allowed to get on those certain sites, which sucks too. So you got to get I got to do my workarounds for that kind of stuff. But it's just that's funny you brought that up because that happened to us yesterday.
Yeah, it's not all the time. There's times where I'll sign on. I don't know, how you get signed off every once in a while. I'll sign on. It's like, oh, someone from Jacksonville try to sign on to Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Amazon, anything. It'll say Jacksonville. And then there's other times, oh, someone from Atlanta. And it's literally me. Right. It's just I don't. So, which is fine because, like I said, there's times where I'll look on my phone and it'll say, trying to watch last season. I was on my phone because we were out doing stuff. What's going on, Wigwag? I was on my phone. We were on our way back from doing something. I was watching a Bucks game, and I get home to throw it on, and we had the fucking Minnesota versus whoever game. I couldn't find a Bucks game, so I had to watch the game on my phone, which was all right because I watched the game on my phone and had another game on the TV. But I was like, this makes no sense. We're on the same Wi-Fi. and in the same logging in the same Hulu account, which hopefully no one from Hulu or Disney is listening and fixes this shit. But I could literally watch I got a TV out here. We got a big screen inside. I could stream what do you call it? Screen share or whatever to this TV from my phone and watch one game and watch another game inside. And we'll bring both TVs in there. And hopefully it stays that way because I could watch multiple games. Same thing with hockey. But it's just, it makes no sense. But yeah, definitely looking forward to actually being able to, because when football season starts, it means it starts cooling down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. Switch this spot cooler that I have right here next to me for a heater. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I just can't wait. I got a little heater it's like a desktop heater, and that's basically, other than like the 1 or 2 days that we get like real cold, like we had ice build up on our AC or our condenser outside because we were in like the single digits, which happens like once a year. But I just want to be able to sit out here and not sweat my ass off, and like we're sitting steadily at 95, 96, 94, 95, so mid 90s, but the feel like temperature is, it's 95 right now at what, 6:45, feel like 110.
Yeah, we had those last week where we were up in the 90s. Thankfully now we're down with the rains that came through. I'm at 79 degrees right now outside, but it's like, I mean, it's not Florida blanket weather, but it's like when I walk out of this shed, it's going to be like a wet blanket that I'm walking through. It's so goddamn humid. Even though it's cooled down, it's just so humid outside. But it looks like we're out of the 90s. I'm looking at the 14-day forecast, 89 at the highest. Looks like 81, 82 average.
I'll take 80s.
Yeah, I'm so down for that.
Like right now, it's saying 55% humidity, 75% dew or 75 degree dew point, 95 degrees, 100 and something feel like. It's just, it feels like I got a wet blanket on. Like my shirt feels like it's been sitting in like a bathtub of just wetness. Like,
it's not wet. It's just, but it's not dry.
It just sticks. Yeah. And like I updated the fan that we had. We had a small fan. It was an outdoor rated fan. And I'm like, that'll be fine. It's just move air. And it was like a small, I think it was like 36 inches total, like 3 foot total from blade to blade. And it didn't do a damn thing. Like,
you gotta get one of them.
Like the smoke from the cigar would just go all the way up, hit the fan, then move. Yeah. I upgraded. We got like a 52 inch. Like we got like this much room to the edge of the the walls, and I'm feeling it. And that's why if you see me kind of like do one of these things, I'm underneath. Like I got one of those desks that like go up and down out here. It's the manual one, so I'm trying to get underneath to kill the airflow so I can light my cigars. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling it, but it's still just pushing warm, hot, nasty, wet air. But at least it's movement. So like I mowed my yard this morning. Like I said, it was brutal. It was disgusting. Yeah, I can't wait for cooler air.
Yeah, you're telling me that's the only way I can survive. I have this spot cooler out here, and this where I'm at cools it down, but it's still humid. So I got a ridge vent fan to draw it out, like kind of like an attic fan style.
Yeah.
And I have a duck inline, like a 4-inch inline duck exhaust fan that I piped out the door. That's right out of view. It's like right here, my hand's touching it, so my cigar smoke gets sucked out, so it doesn't just hover. And so I constantly have air moving around me, so it's nice when I'm out here in the summertime. But I've
thought about putting a mini split right above me just to blow, because it's not going to cool here. It's
blow right on you though. Yep.
I got 2 out of my 4 walls right now are screen. I got this wall and then our glass door. But if I just have it blowing on me nonstop for these 2, 3, 4 hours that we're sitting out here, it'd be nice. But it's just also a waste of energy and time.
I'm telling you, I got this little $300 spot cooler from Home Depot that's blowing right on me right here. Right
is that one of those that you just plug into like an outlet?
Plug into 120, and you got a little 4-inch like dryer exhaust that you just pump out the rejected hot air. And I point these vanes right. It's blowing right at my face. I don't know if you can see my beard moving, but it's blowing right at my face and my chest. Just nice cool air. Yep. It doesn't really cool down the whole entire thing unless I put it on
you though.
But it's blowing on me constantly. That's why I'll take a puff of like cigar. So somebody had mentioned to me one time, one of my friends was like, doesn't even look like you're smoking sometimes. I'm like, because I'm in a wind tunnel. Like, I have exhaust air going, I have cold air blowing in my face, so when I exhale, it's like I don't get that big plume of smoke that just hovers like you think you would see, but because I got air moving, trust me. If not, I'd be sweating.
Yeah,
So I went back through these.
That's what I've been doing.
I just finished all 4 of my samples, and I'm pretty. I know my order. I don't know if you
I know my top pour.
I'm gonna
I don't know in order.
I'm gonna ignore the with cigar, without cigar, because I already know I don't like 3 of them with the cigar, so that kind of taints it. A lot of times when we do these blinds or these samples, we're like, I like this with the cigar, this without. I don't like any of these with the cigar except the first one, but I don't think that's fair. So for my palate, I don't like rum. As of right now, I don't like rum with the cigar. So for me, I liked the Australian rum the best.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that was
this one is
pretty
fantastic.
clear cut. There's a fairly close second for me and a distant third and fourth. Just for my palate, just for how it hit me today. But the Australian rum, I think, was clearly my favorite, just for the complexity, the different flavors. I mean, I liked getting those fruity flavors, that minerality.
It's a little different.
Yeah,
and I think so. You're definitely a rum guy or a rye guy.
Yeah,
I am. Over the years, like when I first started drinking whiskey, however many years ago, I could not stand rye. But over the years, I've become more and more of a rye guy. Like I find myself pulling ryes off the shelf more than bourbon and single malts now. So I think this one with that like citrusy, florals type note, I think is the reason why both of us are going towards it.
And I'm a big IPA drinker, and the pineapple note, juicy.
Same here.
Yeah, I think
so. I cannot stand fresh, like cut a pineapple. I cannot stand it. I cannot eat pineapple if there's like a fruit bowl with pineapple in it. I can't do it. I can't do pineapple in food, desserts, whatever. But you put it in like a rum or a cocktail, I'll drink it, and I love it. But for some reason, that fresh, like I don't know if it's the tartness or whatever. I can't do it. But
yeah, I love pineapple. We cut one up the other day. Me and my kid ate most of it. I love pineapple, fresh pineapple.
No,
but I referenced earlier, because I got one. I found it was like all yellow, almost brown, like soup. You could tell all the sugars. It was super ripe pineapple I found at the store. We cut it up. We ate it. It was fantastic. I told my wife, "Hey, there's some cut up pineapple in there. You can take some to work for your lunch." She opened it up the very next morning, and she's like, "It's all brown and mushy." So like overnight, it had like gone way too ripe after being cut up, and that's the smell and kind of the flavor I get off of that. Where it's like I wouldn't eat that pineapple that's kind of like already turning brown. But that's kind of like the flavor note where it's like over-ripened pineapple. But yeah, fresh pineapple juice, I love all of that. This is like an over-ripened note, and it's fantastic. Really, really liked this Australian rum. For me, the second one was the Old Line. I just love that sugary, high proof. Like it's like confectioner sugar, pink bubble gum. But spicy, high proof, but it drinks kind of lower proof. But you
definitely does drink lower proof.
Yeah, it drinks lower, but you can still kind of feel it on the tongue where you're confused at what proof. Like there's no chance I'd be able to pick a proof and a blind on this. I would think
110,
probably high proof, but it's probably not. It's probably tricked me. I'd go like 110. Yeah,
I'd go 110, 115,
and then
because you could feel it
myself, that'd be very difficult.
That being said, in 2 weeks when we smoke this Busolo, if it's not out in the shed with you, bring it with you.
It's right here. I'm going to leave it out here. Yeah.
I got down to that final third, and it changed it to like cream soda.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was
definitely, we'll have to remember that.
I wasn't like, it was all right with same thing went with the Australia. It was all right with the Old Line at first. Like it didn't really do much. It kind of add a little bit of toastiness to it, but it kind of dialed back down. That final third, I don't know what it was, but it started, again, we've been drinking a lot of rum and a lot of high proof rum, but it started bringing like this cream soda, almost root beer style note to it.
Yeah,
which was I'm trying to fit the Australia 100%. It is number one for me out of these three right now. And it's always been, and it's a distance between second, third, and fourth between this one. But at this point, like I keep going back to this one just because of that note, though, that cream soda, root beer, almost adjacent note to it. It's fantastic with this Busla.
Yeah, I'm not to remember that. Wigwag in the chat said he's a weeded guy.
Yeah.
He would like this old line rum then because I get whenever weeders, I get that pink Hubba bubble gum. Like that bubble gum note is the only way that I can pick out a weeder in a blind. I always, for some reason, get that, that just that pink, basic bitch bubblegum note, just generic, run of the mill pink bubblegum. I always find that note in weeders, and I picked that up in this rum. So,
which is weird because anytime I do like a blind and there's a weeder in it, or that weeded blind that we did last season, I always end up finding like that earthy hay note to it. Like off the bat, like I don't get that bubblegum sweetness that like everyone's always like, oh, weeders are sweet or whatnot. I always end up getting like that earthy hay grass note to it. And then once I start getting into it, I start getting those sweeter notes to it, which is probably why I like the rum agricoles, because I love weeders, whether it's a weeded bourbon, weeded whiskey. I love those notes to it. And that rum agricole, same thing with this South Africa. You get those like grassy vegetal notes. Yep. Obviously, these go more vegetal than weeders do, but I think that's why I kind of like the rum agricole style rums, is because it kind of reminds me of a weeded whiskey. But yeah, I always get like that. I always get like hay and like a grassy note when I do blinds for weeders, and that's when I look for. And it's not until I pick those out and I'm like, that's a weeder, then that bubblegum note comes through for me, which is weird.
But yeah, so those are my tier 1, Australia, tier 2 is the old line, and then there's no tier 3. Go down to tier 4. It's probably the South Africa because it's the rum, and that's what we're here for. It's rum. I don't really think that Belize is a rum. I know it is, but I think I would, side by side, I think I prefer the South African rum over the Belize rum just because we're drinking rum. And it has those rum notes that I'm looking for that I know, with that Belize rum in a blind, you could probably trick me into thinking that was a whiskey. There's enough similar notes.
We're going to have to try to find. We're going to have to try to find some rum or some whiskey that's similar to it, a little bit sweeter, maybe some finished whiskeys or something, and put it up and see if we could pick it up. Yeah,
you could probably sneak that into a blind. And do the right blind, and I would be like, I wouldn't be able to tell you that's a rum, and I'd feel like an idiot after, because it's that similar with some of the notes to a whiskey, which like that's why we said it's kind of the gateway. And even they, or whatever I googled, the AI, response was it's a whiskey drinker's rum type of deal. So that being said, I think that I prefer the South African rum over it. If I had to go back, I don't have any more sample, but if I had to go back, which one I preferred just straight up as a spirit, I'm not sure. They're both good. All of them were great. I mean, I loved all of them. So there wasn't like a bad one in this lineup, but I think the Australian rum was heads and tails the best one of the day. And for my palate, I just normally not a fan of that super sweet stuff, but just the notes from the old line, I really, really enjoyed it. Just the sweet notes hit right for me today. Normally, if it's too sweet, it's probably not for me. I don't really have a sweet tooth. I prefer, like with snacks and food and desserts and stuff, more salty and things like that. But that old line rum is fantastic. So I think for me, it's Australia, Baltimore, South Africa, Belize. That's my order.
Yeah, for me, Australia, 100% number one. After that, once I started getting those like cream soda and root beer style notes, the old line. Before that, I think it was the Belize. But honestly, like they're all such different. It's hard to pick like which one because they all have. But right now, in this Australia, I'm gonna go old line, Belize, and then South Africa. I think I'm the same with you, but I'm gonna switch Belize and South Africa. Now, if I'm sitting inside where the AC is at 70 degrees or whatever I have it inside, I think the South Africa is going to be a little bit higher. I think the funky notes and whatnot of that, I think just kind of that and the heat just kind of just like no, like it's just too much. And then I think going inside to something cooler, I think the sweetness of the old line might kind of bring it down a little bit. But right now, sitting outside with the cigar, well, not even doing the cigar, but I think I'm doing Australia, old line, Belize, and South Africa.
Yeah, so we're right there because I was a coin flip between Belize and South Africa too.
It's a completely different
For
lineup.
Me, yeah, for me, I have a gap between the first two and the second two where you might not. But like you said, the setting could change it too, as what you know.
I have a gap between number one and then the rest of them. That Australia is 100% like
it's fantastic. I
like,
mean,
I don't care that it's
pick though, right? You said,
yeah. And they don't typically, from what I remember, they don't typically put these out at 67.5%. They usually get proofed down to right about 120 or so, I think.
Yeah.
But even though it is 67, so that's at 135, 67.5, 135.
Yep.
Yeah. Even at 135, like we said, it to me, it doesn't drink as, it drinks hot, but it doesn't drink as hot. But I think that fruity, like the citrusy floral notes to it would kind of help bring it down and just makes you think that it's a little bit lighter than it actually is.
Yeah.
And then the old line is definitely a lot sweeter, being that Caribbean style rum. And then, yeah, the Belize and South Africa, they're both great rums. It's just, they're heavier. Just palate wise, not obviously not proof wise, just palate wise, which with the heat just kind of makes you like, I don't want those. But like I said, I own all four of these and I will drink all four of these any day of the week. I am a big fan of anything that Holmes Cay or Old Line puts out right now. I haven't had anything bad from any of them. But yeah, definitely. This Australia though is hands down fantastic.
See, I just want to give a little redeeming note to the cigar because it's not this. I kept saying the cigar is great, and people listening might be like, "Oh, it's probably not a good cigar. He doesn't like it with the rum." The cigar is fantastic. I just switched to a fantastic rye, and this cigar and this rye is killer together.
Is that I see a chat?
Yeah, that the chat single barrel, the one that we got when we went to chat. This is the one, the B007, the 60.2%.
So 120.4. Yeah.
120.4 single barrel straight rye malt whiskey from Chattanooga whiskey. Just happened to be next to me. That was the first rye because I was like, I need to try a rye with this cigar. And yeah,
their ryes are some of my favorites.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. So
shit, if we need to talk to Tim over there, Tim or who's the distiller over Grant. We got to talk to them and be like, hey, can you guys get a 10-year rye going soon? And we'll put that in our blind.
Yes. Yeah.
Because talk about them. So I was earlier this year, I helped pick a New England Barrel Co. Single barrel for a restaurant / liquor store, or not even liquor store, restaurant / bar. And it ended up being a 8.5-year Green River weeded distillate that Nebco got. And I put it up against, so I had the 8.5-year Nebco, which was Green River weeded, William LaRue Weller, which was a 2021, a Chattanooga whiskey single barrel weeded, and the Maker's Mark cellar aged. So I tried to get like some, like the cellar aged and the LaRue are obviously up there in price, and the Nebco and Chat were right there in price.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone knows me, that maker's hands down one for me. Not gonna lie, the Chattanooga beat out the LaRue in a blind.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
The
kind of
Neb-
surprising, but really not. I mean, it's surprising
So,
for anyone
it
listening,
went-
probably, but not for me, because I've done a 180 on Chat. I didn't like them when they were just putting out the 91 111 when that was first coming out. I wasn't a huge fan. I've done a complete 180 there.
So
Everything I've had is fantastic from them.
It went Nebco, which is it's still a fantastic pour, but Nebco, LaRue, which obviously is amazing pour, the Chat single barrel weeded, and then the Maker's cellar aged, which I don't think I've ever put that in a blind before.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it, but it was one of those that I was like, I like it, but I don't know if it's worth the price. But after I did that blind, I was like, and I did it twice back. I did it 2 nights in a row with the same finish. So that being said, if the Chattanooga weeded at what, $75, I think they were coming out at, or $65 versus 100 and what's SRP for LaRue now, I think it's like 175. The Maker's cellar age, I think, is right up there in that same price range. Like, I'm not one to hunt whiskeys anymore. Like, I haven't hunted whiskeys in forever, but the Chat single barrel weeded at $60-$70 I'm searching for those every day versus the LaRue or cellar aged. Which in this next package I send you guys, that Nebco will be in there.
Nice.
Because I talked our last bottle share, we had it was basically like the release party, and what's his name? Jason. Is that his name? I think his name's Jason. I could be completely wrong. Saunders from Nebco. He's like the owner, founder, whatever you want to call him. He was there, and I was like, "Hey, you want to come on a podcast?" And he said, "Yeah, just send me a message." So I was like, "All right, let me get this bottle out to the guys, and I'll contact you, and we'll figure out a date." So we'll have him on, and we'll drink those pours. But got to find a date with them. But yeah, fantastic pour. But so
one other thing we probably just for future episodes' sake, I think I don't know if I sent you guys the image, but Goose Island. I don't know if you big fan of their Bourbon County Stouts, just in some news or whatever. They come out with their Bourbon County Stouts every year.
Mm-hmm.
Some people wait in line for them, depending on where you're at. It's gotten easier to get them lately. For a while there, especially during COVID and stuff, like you had to really line up and get them.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of readily available. They're expensive, $20-$25 a bottle for a bottle of beer, 16-ounce beer. This year's lineup just got released like a couple days ago. It's incredible. I don't know if you've seen it, but I think we might want to do a beer episode now that we're doing a rum episode. So the regular 2026 Goose Island Stout, I think it's aged in 4 Roses and Elijah Craig barrels.
Yeah.
Then their variants, the variant we won't be able to get, the Chicago only, is an upside down cake stout.
I might know some people that live near Chicago.
Yeah. So that's the variant, but the other variants are a barley wine made with our friends at Angel's Envy, which you can have that. I don't like barley wine. Never had a barley wine that I enjoy. But these are the ones that I'm looking forward to. There's a rye stout made with our friends at Elijah Craig. There's an apple crisp stout and a tiramisu cask finished stout. They sound fantastic. They sound awesome. So I'm super down. Yeah, they're these. I have some. I probably have some that are past their prime. I think these stouts, you can usually hang on to them and age them for 3-4 years. I probably have some that are older than that in the back of the cabinet that I probably don't taste good anymore. But I used to hunt them down. So their original one, I'm looking at, it's aged 13 months in Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Four Roses, and Wild Turkey bourbon barrels. That's just their original offering. That's the one you can get for like usually 14, 15 bucks a bottle. You can. That sounds fantastic. The Tiramisu cask finished stout is bourbon barrels finished in rum cask with espresso, cocoa nibs, and vanilla.
Hell yeah.
Sounds amazing. The apple crisp stout, bourbon barrels with apple, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, oats, and panela sugar. Panela sugar.
Yeah, that's what if I remember correctly, that's what a lot of like Spanish style rums use.
Okay.
Is that panilla or panela, however you say it?
Their rye stout, which a rye stout is just right up my house, aged in Elijah Craig rye whiskey barrels and then finished in Elijah Craig toasted barrels. Okay, I'm in for. This is the triple oak barley wine, which no thank you for me, but an English style barley wine aged in bourbon barrels, finished in French Chinkapang and Hungarian oak casks. That's one I won't be spending money on.
I don't know. You get rid of the barley wine. That doesn't sound bad.
Oh yeah. It's just barley wine's not for me. I've never, even when I was big into beer, I was big on Untapped. I was making my own beer. Barley wine is
never
not
a big fan.
Me. Yeah, not for me. The Chicago exclusive one is stout aged in bourbon barrels with pineapple, Montmorency cherry, some variety of cherry, and once again that panilla sugar or panela sugar. That sounds incredible. They don't give a. I thought there was one more. Oh, they don't give specs on that tiramisu one. I feel like they've done the tiramisu one before, but yeah, that sounds like a hell of a lineup. I think we should one of those football mornings maybe make it a stout morning.
I can. When are they getting released?
Oh, I just got the email on the 12th, so it's usually around Octoberish, I think. Maybe a little bit earlier. Hold on, let me see. I'm just flipping through this article real quick because Tom glanced it. I didn't read the article. Nope, November 27th. That was way up. That's right. It's always around Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's always like a Black Friday release. That's right. Why? I don't know why that didn't pop up. It's always Black Friday release. It used to be exclusive Black Friday years ago. The last couple of years around me, the distributors will drop them off 2-3 days before Black Friday, and the liquor stores just put them on the shelf. It used to be a thing where they would tell them you have to hold them until Black Friday. They want to make a whole deal. Lately, I remember going in the last couple of years and being 3-4 days before Black Friday and seeing them on the shelf and grabbing them. They don't have in years past, they've always had like a Weller Full Proof or, a George C. Stagg finish, they don't have one of those this year.
They don't have the tater. They don't have the tater one no more.
Yeah, they don't have the tater one, which
just goes to show you that the bourbon boon might be popping.
It might be a good sign of it where they're going for flavor and not tater.
But yeah, I can make a call and see.
That pineapple upside down cake sounds like the best one to me.
I can make a call and see if they could keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, that's called the proprietor's one. It'd be tough though because we'd have to get. You really can't send samples.
No, you'd have to get 3 bottles of each.
Yeah, and the proprietor's one's probably $25 a bottle. But I'm here for it. I'm gonna get everyone except every year I get everyone except the one. There's always one that I don't like. There's usually a barley wine one, excuse me, or something like that I don't get. I'll get all of them except the barley wine one.
Worst case, we know Adam and Jay. Mike and Jay. They're right over there. I think they're only about an hour or two from Chicago. So we could always see if we can sweeten the deal, see if they could run over there, grab some, and I don't know, we'll have them on and maybe give them some some extra stuff or something. But
Yeah, I'll pay for them to buy themselves a bottle and they can jump on with us.
and whether it's them or someone else that I know that lives in that area, maybe we could get some of the those spritzers that you showed me recently. That is out that way.
Yeah, that's going to be an episode in itself.
Yeah,
that might be our Halloween episode this year.
yeah. If we can get it.
I will definitely work on that. That's going to be a fun one. We need to have a guest. Maybe Paco will come on with us for that one. We'll set it.
So, but yeah, it was a fun episode.
Yeah,
definitely fun going through these. I don't usually when I pick out a rum, I pick out one bottle and I'll have a couple pours out of it. I don't typically go do a flight like I usually do with whiskey. So it was fun to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're out and you ever see this this Australia, whether it's a single barrel pick or just like the single barrels they put on the shelves, definitely grab it. It's fantastic. I'd imagine anything else. I'll probably pour some here and then put a drop or two of water in it and try to bring it down closer to 120. See how it is. But yeah, definitely check those out. Anything else Holmes Cay does or Old Line, it's definitely worth a grab. And that being said, I think it brings us to another end of an episode of Bourbon Beards and Belvederes. Yeah, we've had some great pours, had some great chat going on. We had Paco join us again with his stupid ass fucking rum jokes or whatever the hell he had. But yeah, definitely support your first responders and veterans and active duty military. And just like last week when we had Justin and Crystal on from the Sheffield collection, support children and watch out for them. We definitely do need to figure out a giveaway to do with them and support. I think it was Sarah's Roots was the charity that they work with. So we're definitely gonna have to figure something out because that'd be a good one. I definitely think we need to do that.
Yeah, check out SmokeyBearCigarShop.com for some very budget-friendly, very good cigars that you can order online.
And then if you haven't heard about Haze Gray, I don't know where you've been, but definitely check them out. This Busolo is fantastic. And like I said, and not next weekend, but the weekend after they'll be on, we'll be talking about this cigar. That's why I really didn't talk about it much. We'll talk about it when they're on. It's a fantastic cigar. I'm still nubbing it. But like Adam always says, support veterans, military, first responders, children, all that good stuff. And you got any last words?
Nope, just drink your rum and your whiskey and your spirits responsibly, and get out there and try some rum if you haven't. If you like whiskey, if you like bourbon, you're probably listening to this show because you like whiskey or bourbon or rye. Try some of these good rums. Don't just grab the Captain Morgans or the Friends and all that bullshit. Actually,
they have their place, but actually grab some good rums. And if you're curious about rums, definitely reach out. I got a cabinet full. Jason, the Dram Amateur, he was in the chat with us. Reach out to him. He's got a bunch of rums as well. And honestly, if you want to try anything, just hit up the podcast or myself on Instagram, and we might be able to make some samples magically appear at your door. So, but yeah, definitely check these guys out, and